Hey guys, welcome back to another Robbie John tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm sort of, in a way, plagiarizing, but making the script way better. Essentially, I found this cool script that a guy was making on YouTube. I'm sure most of you are familiar with him. His name is GnomeCode. He was making a custom footsteps, sounds, effects in your Roblox game tutorial, basically, where when you walk around, you leave footsteps, and I noticed, like, with his, people's footsteps were floating above the ground, and the sound doesn't work for everybody else, so I fixed all those things, and then I also threw in my own crouch animation on top of that I made work with his script. I did know that, or notice that the Animate script that he makes, it kind of overwrites every animation unless, like, you have the parameters set right. So if you go into his Animate script, you can see that it's somewhat identical to what he has, but I edited quite a bit of it. In this one, he's got, he pretty much had up to about this point, I think, and I added, so every time you have an animation that's outside of the Animate script, so like let's say if you had a tool and inside the tool you had some, you don't have to have it as ignore name either. I just had that because I was testing some things out. But in this instance, like if it just, you can name it whatever you want. But what was happening was, because it didn't fall under the parameters of this, it would play, but as soon as you moved or anything like that, it would just like cancel out. So basically, when you find an animation that isn't underneath this script, it's just named animation. So basically, when you call this, it's saying, hey, if there's an animation named animation that's playing, you ignore that as well, so it doesn't just like shut it off. And then I think I messed around with, oh yeah, the footsteps. I made it so that we did a raycasting so that it would make sure that it would hit the ground instead of just float or wherever, because I know in some cases, if your animation when you're running, like if you don't have it perfect, it, like even if you did have it perfect, I don't think like it's gonna sit on the ground correctly. And a fast one, get out of here. So anyways, this is kind of what he's got going on. I'll show you exactly what it does. So if you go into play, I had a crouch animation that works with this well too, but if you walk around, you can hear the footsteps on the different materials that he has. You come out here, you have the wood, fabric, you have the dirt, grass, you have all the different things, and then you can also see that my footsteps are actually touching the ground. And then I have them so that they also fade out over 4 seconds. Obviously you can have it as however you'd like to have it. Let's see, what else? Oh, and then I have my crouch that I added with it so that even when you're walking, because I think in his script this works as well, but if your speed is under a certain amount, it doesn't drop the footsteps. So you can see I'm crouching around, I can stop and squat, stuff like that. I thought it was really cool. I also have it so that you don't have to click the button. You can just hold certain buttons down. I also have it set up for controller as well. So, that being said, yeah, if you like this, I'm gonna drop the script here and show you kind of how it plays through. Basically, he has all the functions telling you which is which, right? I mean, it all gets ran off of the load animation down here. So when you go through the load animation, it will trigger different things that are within it, obviously. And then based on what state your character's in, those also trigger and fire. So like if you have the swimming, you're climbing, you're jumping, those are all falling under that. There's run speed based on here, I believe. Oh, maybe it's the footsteps section, sorry. The footsteps, yeah, you have like the walk speed, and you can set this right here to see like if you wanted the speed to be, if basically anything that's underneath 10 for your speed. You won't have the footsteps, and I have the raycasting and all that goes through. You have to put in your own custom animation here. Otherwise, you can use his that he provided. And yeah, that's pretty much how this whole thing works. You have the heartbeat that checks which animations, you know, based on transition time and stopping and playing them and all that good stuff. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to drop this script into the Discord. I may even at some point throw it into the description. But yeah, appreciate you guys all stopping by. I need to pump more videos out, so I figured this was a cool thing to mess around with, and I'm actually going to implement it into my game. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful night. Later.